What's up YouTube, Capital G here. So this is really cool, guys. Just one day after we get the official release date of link summoning in the TCG and obviously all the new rule changes that are going to be taking place as well, we get a whole bunch of pictures that show us what some of this stuff is actually going to look like link monsters in the TCG, what the new mats are going to look like, and what the new type is going to be called in the TCG, because it looks like Konami has actually changed that. So let's look at these mats, and I think they actually look incredible. For starters, the biggest thing I like about these mats is the fact that I feel like it clears up all confusion as to where pendulum scales actually go. You see right here that the outmost spell and trap zones, I mean, they're so distinguishable. You guys know that the spell and trap zones have basically been green forever, but you know, you've got this bright red and then you've got this blue one over here. And for newer players, it's going to be pretty obvious where to actually put your pendulum scales, but it still says spell and trap zone on each one of those. So I think it just clears up any potential confusion with the newer players, or for somebody who maybe has taken a break from Yu-Gi-Oh, you come back and you see this mat and you're like, what the hell is going on? It's like, oh wait, hold on, do I put my pendulums there? And it's like, okay, well, this isn't that complicated. You see right here at the top of the mat, you've got the extra monster zone. Now, it doesn't look like they had enough room to actually put the full zone there. You know, I wasn't sure if they were going to like shrink the zones or if they were going to make mats bigger, but honestly, it looks like the mat size is pretty much the same. It just looks like it's kind of half a zone, but I mean, like, to me, that doesn't really bother me. Actually, the thing that I'm a little annoyed about, and I've actually heard a lot of people bring this up, is if they're going to put more zones up here, why don't we have a banish zone? Like, why don't we have a remove from play zone? I mean, you guys have known since pretty much like the beginning of time. I mean, I don't know exactly when banishing started becoming a thing, but actually, is it Magic Ruler, like Banisher of Light? Yeah, I feel like it's probably Magic Ruler, like the third Yu-Gi-Oh set. You know, banishing has been a big part of Yu-Gi-Oh for a very long time, and when you've got cards like Pot of Desires and entire archetypes like Infernoids that revolve around it, man, like, I don't know what you guys do, but generally when I have something that gets banished, or, you know, like a card gets bottomless or whatever, usually I kind of put it under my graveyard, kind of at the corner of the mat right here, and the top right corner, and I basically kind of turn the card horizontally or kind of like diagonally, and I put it under my mat. But you know, that causes some problems because sometimes you might forget a card, or like, I don't like to put it in other zones or anywhere near this, because then I just feel like it causes confusion. So I wish Konami would have put maybe like right here above the field spell, maybe just kind of like a banish pile. And I mean, hell, they could have made it like horizontal or something like that. So I mean, if there are monsters in it, then you know obviously those are not field spells or anything like that. But I think the new mats actually look really good. I hope that they designed the regional mats to look exactly like this, and it's going to be interesting, guys, because as we enter the Vrains era, you know what I mean, monster placement is going to be extremely important, and I think it's going to be a lot more difficult dueling against people who don't use who don't use mats with spell and trap zones, especially when you get the cursors and some of them might point to your opponent's side of the field. Like, it's going to kind of be a pain in the butt, man. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm not going to say it's going to be like the death of Spellgrounds or anything like that. I don't use those. I just use like regional mats and whatnot, but I think that card placement is going to become very important. And I really hope that they make regional mats like this, because if they do, I'll probably just buy like one of the new regional mats, or I'll try and top a regional or something like that, and I won't use any of my old mats. So here's what Decode Talker looks like in the TCG, and I have to say, the new Link monsters in the TCG look really good. I was kind of probably going to get one of the new starter decks just to have one. I think I haven't actually bought a starter deck since Dawn of the Exceed, but I'm probably going to pick up 3 copies of this starter deck now, because not only do these cards look really good, but I want to familiarize myself with Link summoning and kind of get into a habit of actually doing it. Oh, also, so the new type is not going to be called Cyverse anymore. I think that Konami and the TCG probably thought that if they named it Cyverse, if there were going to be any future card that said, you know, here, search one Cyber from your deck or whatever, I think that they probably thought it would be too confusing with, you know, people trying to search like Cyber Dragon and shit like that. So they just decided to change it to Cyverse. So that's what the new type is going to be called. I'll probably have another video talking about the new type and if we really needed a new type and stuff like that. And since yesterday, A lot of people have actually brought up that they do not believe that Deco Talker is going to be Yosaku's ace monster, and I think that it probably won't be. The fact that he had a new ace monster revealed yesterday that's called Firewall Dragon, that does sound like it possibly could be his real ace monster. I think a lot of people are looking at Deco Talker and they're saying, look, you don't have 2500 attack. You can't be a real ace monster if you don't have 2500 attack. So I think people are looking at Deco Talker and they're thinking that this is going to kind of be like a Junk Warrior situation. If you guys, is it Junk Warrior or Junk? I think Junk Synchron. Junk Synchron is the synchro, I think. If you guys remember when what's it called? When Konami first released the starter deck for 5Ds, the ultra rare in the starter deck was Junk Synchron. It wasn't Stardust Dragon. Stardust Dragon came out in the first 5Ds booster pack, which was the Duelist Genesis. So I think it's going to kind of be the same thing here. I think that Deco Talker will obviously be the starter deck. Ultra rare is, I mean, you can see that it's ultra rare. And then I think that Firewall Dragon will end up being encoded the Duelist, and it'll be probably ultra rare as well. That's what Stardust was. So you guys let me know what you think of this stuff. Do you guys like the way the mats look? Do you guys like the way that links look in the TCG? Do you guys think that it was necessary for them to change Cyverse to Cyverse? I mean, honestly, I don't really care. Like, it's really not that big of a deal. I kind of wonder what Cyverse is. Like, is that a real word? That doesn't sound like a real word. That sounds like something they just made up. But anyways, you guys let me know in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching as always, and subscribe if you have not already.